Close out a 5-game homestand with a needed win.
Yeah, that's a good team. I mean, they're fighting to win their league. Could be in the NCAAs. Very offensive, as you saw tonight. And midweek baseball is just a lot of different arms and one-inning stints. And for the most part, we were pretty good.
Zion Rose, a couple of triples tonight. His bat's just been on fire, especially since the ACC started. Just talk about his play at the plate lately.
Yeah, he's had a great year. You know, my challenge for him now that finals are over is that he can, just really take care of his body. We overdid it at Miami with the 2 late games, and I tried to catch him, and he was coming off the week before with a little hamstring thing. So it was like, just put him back in the DH role and let him settle in there and get his legs back underneath him. And also because, Eddie's playing so well in center. So we've been very offensive. Feels like most of the year Brandon Anderson gets his first at-bat back, and that makes me smile because, man, that's a really good at-bat. So our offense is clicking in a lot of areas. Love to see, Hartman run out there and get that first inning and just another start under his belt.
There were a couple hiccups in the middle innings, but facing a team like NKU that really prides himself at the plate, you've got to be mostly satisfied from what you saw out of the bullpen, especially from Tucker Bivin.
Yeah, Tucker bounces back. The frustration he had over the weekend, and we put him into that situation, man. That's bases loaded, nobody out, and I think the more you watch baseball, if you really pay attention, I know the 9th inning, and it's not easy to get the last 3 outs. You got to give Josh Klug a lot of credit, man. Your first college outing is getting the last 3 outs at home, but the game can be won or lost in any of the 9 innings, and that was the swing inning right there. That was the save, if you call it that. Huge to get out of that jam, and then you bounce right back with Forbes. How about that? And you're facing Bivin, and then we run out Forbes after that. So it was a lot of good innings there. A couple guys had some hiccups. It is what it is, but overall we were pretty good.
Now going on the road for Boston College, as you said last time we talked to you, it's never easy in the ACC, especially on the road.
No, and they play a unique style, very similar to Northern Kentucky. They're very aggressive. They beat Florida State once at home. They beat Virginia once at home, and it seems like all the games are close. It's the ACC, and to go on the road and win, man, you got to play clean. You got to pound the ball in the zone, be offensive, and there's going to be some swing games, I'm sure, the way it is. God bless you, when you go on the road. So it's a great challenge for us, but we're ready for it. It's this time of the year. Final exams are over, and we know what's at stake, and time to just play.
How much of it is it a relief knowing that finals are in the books and the guys can kind of solely focus on baseball right now, especially heading into a crucial road game?
I think it's great. One thing I love about the Kentucky Derby, obviously how much attention it gets and excitement for the city, but we start school early in January because we have to finish early in April. Which means, we get to start practice in early January, and we get to finish, in April. And so kids get to play, 15 or 20 games when they're out of school. Where that, like I said, with Zion, it's a long freshman year and you can hit a wall, but now is the time to really be smart, really make good decisions on your body, what you're doing in the training room, what you're doing in the weight room, sleep, water, hydration, you name it, man. We address that, especially with the young guys. So it's could be an advantage, but you still got to go out and do it.
In terms of the pitching staff this weekend, with it being bumped up a day, will you continue to do what you've done in the past with just kind of bumping your starters up and leave the rotation as is?
Yeah, because Roger does such a good job with pitch counts, and we don't really ever abuse anybody or go over pitch counts. I mean, we treat them well. We take good care of them. They work extremely hard. They're older guys like Gongora and Webster, so their bodies are ready for this. And I think as we start Hartman tonight and get him another start and give him the 1 inning, as good as he's been pitching, and we kind of thought, man, it'd be nice to have him for two innings here, 1 inning there, and all that. It's time for him. I think it's time for him to probably be the number 3 starter, and let's let's see how that goes, because he's super talented, and he's been thrown out there now in some of these starts. So where we're at in this time of the year, I think it's a great opportunity for him.
Have you told him that he might have that chance?
Maybe Coach Williams has. I'm sure, hey, if you're only going to throw an inning today, you probably got to say, I'm sure there's some communication in there. But, like anything else, you don't want Colton it's not all on his shoulders. It's more about, as you've seen the Sunday games, right? It's like, and just get through the first inning and the first inning segment. We haven't been able to really get through the first inning or that first inning segment. Let's get into the flow of the game, and then it depends how many guys haven't pitched, who's available, and maybe we score some big cricket numbers early. It's a different vibe, but it hasn't been like that in the past few Sundays.
Great, thanks, Dan.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks guys.